Very good evening to everyone, and thank you, Elets, for inviting me here. And I have gone through the entire agenda, and I hope it would have enriched everyone here. Lots of things, and whatever we are doing is always centric to the consumer. So this is rightly this is CXO summit that we have to enrich the consumer experience, whatever you are doing. But ultimately, objective is that yes, he or she should be happy, and because we also are consumer. Maybe we are creating the product, but yeah, we are consuming other products also. So, Viksit Bharat, $30 trillion economy by 2047. This is the vision set by Honorable Prime Minister that we have to achieve, and of course the 5 trillion very soon we are going to achieve. And I always say the digital ecosystem playing a very critical role, and it's boosting all the economic activities and creating ecosystem, and we can embrace many innovation, many product all across the country, right from the rural India to the urban India. And when we talk about the economy, it means the consumption, and consumption will happen when you have a good product and innovations are in place for the consumers. So we have to innovate. So system is ready, guardrails are there. I think you have gone through all the discussion throughout the day. So we all set to use the entire digital landscape, including AI, ML, IoT, 5G, whatever, the best to best security applications, everything we are going to use, and make in India efforts that to make, all the systems affordable, ingenious. That is our aim. For example, mobile now we can have a smartphone rupees 5,000 rupees because it is required in the digital ecosystem to consume the services. Now, how we are going to use this artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, or the 5G to enhance the consumer experience? Because when we are talking about the technology landscape available, but very soon this 5G is going to change the entire ecosystem when lots of sensors will talk directly with the 5G, and we have to take the decision in the real time, whether it's the industry or maybe automated guided vehicles or the traffic planning. You just name any area, right? You can use those sensors and the real-time data and use artificial intelligence and machine language and all the algorithm to take the decision in real time. So maybe, for example, on the roads, our aim is that the traffic should be smooth and there should not be any accident at all, right? So we have to, design the system using the technology. Even in the health care system, using the technology, all these sensors, maybe we can prevent the diseases in a particular area, because we know that particular disease is going to be born when symptoms are there or a particular pollution parameters are exceeding a particular threshold. So one can take the preventive steps. Why to wait for the disease? Just prevent it. So root cause analysis, and it's a dynamic, scenario where we are getting all the data. And we have seen the power of the authentication, because India, of course, has showcased this digital public infrastructure to the rest of the world. And authentication term, maybe earlier also we were using the authentication, all the ATM cards come with the PIN or username, password. But, this authentication terms has got more significance after introduction of the Aadhaar authentication, when we have started using the biometric authentication, fingerprint, iris, now the face authentication, or using the OTP-based authentication. Now we are talking about the palm-based authentication also. So, and then your own PIN. So we have to design a system using the multi-factor authentication that customer should not fall into the prey of the fraudster. Because maybe someone can say that the fingerprint one can spoof, right? Gummy fingerprints, or maybe iris. Someone is saying, yes, we can do something, play with the iris image also, or the face image also. See, we cannot say that technology is 100% foolproof, right? It's a technology. The other side, right? They are also working, right, to game you. So we have to be ensured that consumers should be protected. This is, the vision, and I hope that every industry or service industry wants to protect their customers. And particularly in the service industry now, we used to study in the marketing, there are the 3 more Ps: people, process, and physical evidence. Generally 4 Ps in the marketing, but in the service industry, where we are giving the service to the digital platform, so it is again a service. So, that we have to think when we are moving towards this digital era or data-driven economy, and where everything is taken care by the machines. So physical touch is losing. So we have to, draw a line up to what extent we should use that technology, or maybe technology as a tool to assist the person who is delivering the service. So you just think, suppose you are checking in the hotel, if everything is robotics, no human, or one hotel is, all humans are there. So where you are going to prefer it? See, it's again, maybe some people want, no, I want automated, this generation, maybe Generation G wants that, and I want totally automatic, I don't want any human intervention, or maybe some generation says no. So it says again, we don't know, there's no clear answer for that, but we have to think that where human touch is required, because sometimes, see, we all are using this AI, this chat bot, right? It's a very, I can say alphabet of the AI that we are using day in, day out, but sometimes we are stuck in the chat bot also. And we say, why he or she is not answering what actually I want to ask. So here we feel that if a human interface is there, maybe they can tweak it, or maybe they can input some parameters that get the correct answer for me. So it's again, trade-off. So we have to use the technology for the benefit of the consumer. And what's happening, we have to, ensure the grievance redressing system should be in place. Because what I am seeing sometimes, because when something happens in the system and we are struggling, for example, I was sharing something happened with me. I made some payment, so-called the QR code, to the newspaper vendor. And 3 payments I have made, shared the screenshot. And then he was arguing with me, I have not received the payment. Complete week, he was arguing, no, I have not received. You see the bank statement where all the payments are coming, there's no mention of your payment. And I am saying, I have made the payment, it is credited. And I dialed the then helpline also, whose QR code, the application I have used, but no answer at all. See, so we have to think, putting yourself in the consumer shoe. Maybe then I have find out what was the root cause, and the reason was very simple. It's a very simple thing that whatever payment I have made, because it is going to aggregator and reflecting as a consolidated amount. So how the vendor will know that I have made 3 separate payments and it is reflecting as a one payment? So maybe it's a question of awareness, because solution was there in the hand of the vendor, that there's an app, business app, one can see all the transactions separately. But the ecosystem has your newspaper vendor, your sabji wala, etc. See, so we have to ensure them they should use that system also. Otherwise, they are not seeing, they are simply seeing the bank statement. So why I am sharing this example? Because consumer is the last mile, and we have to ensure or protect the consumer. If he is happy, then you are happy, and the nation is happy. And from cyber security point of view, I think many panels have discussed, would have discussed about the threats with respect to cyber security or digital arrest, and typically all the banking scam, etc. are happening. And every day you can see one story in one of the newspaper. And it's not that only the person who is living in the rural India is falling prey into the hands of the fraudster. So-called literate PhDs, right? They are also falling prey, because the kind of data is in the system, they ensure that you should believe that person, that he or she is a genuine person, and actually they are helping us, and we just simply fall into the prey and give the money. So how to ensure all this, and this is again our duty. So from Ministry of Communication side, because the last mile is the mobile, where you are getting the call, you are getting the phishing message, SMS link, etc. So there, Government of India is working to clean the system. So there's one Sanchar Sati app recently launched. So I request that you can also make people aware about that. And if you are not using, you must use Sanchar Sathi app, because you can report all the suspected calls, phishing messages, or any link that you are receiving on the through this app to the ministry. And then further due diligence, what is the source of that? We are taking the action. So at least we can prevent, and we can remove those fraudsters from the system. And to ensure that how many mobile number have been issued on your KYC, because earlier it was paper-based KYC, so that also you can find out using the Sanchar Sathi app, that how many mobile numbers are working on your name. Maybe someone would have misused or maybe using your mobile number for fraudulent transactions. And again, another thing, that your mobile is lost, what to do? It's a very precious thing as on date. So how to report? Where to report? So on Sanchar Sathi you can report. So IMI number is getting blocked. So at least you should be ensured that it's not going to be misused. And further, suppose you want to buy a mobile phone, you can check the IMI number, it's a genuine or not, it's not a fake or stolen. So many things that initiative have been taken, and there's a digital data intelligence platform also has been created, where more than 500 stakeholders are onboarded, including banks and law and order agencies, I4C, so they can share the data amongst themselves. For example, this deactivated mobile number shared with the WhatsApp, so they are disengaging all the WhatsApp activities on those numbers. And you can also clean your system, that okay, these numbers which are not exist or deactivated, you can clean your system also and tell the customer that please give the new number, or maybe you can delete the customer. So, and because the mule account is again an issue in the BFSI sector, so because it is being used to siphon the money. So how to detect the mule account? Of course, the industry is doing, but in Ministry of Communication, using the AI algorithm, the face matching, we have seen that, okay, this particular face is having, say, 500 connections. Then we have deactivated all those connections. So these type of tools you can use and clean the system. So I will not take much of the time. So idea is that whatever we are doing using the technology, we have to enhance the consumer experience at the last mile. So whether it's the IoT or the 5G or using the augmented reality or the virtual reality, and we have to think that what kind of product we should give. It's 100% automated, or maybe it's a mix, or these algorithms as a tool to the consumer. And last but not least, the feedback is very, very important, because feedback is required. Because if feedback is not there, how you are going to enhance your product? Because you have to give what consumer wants. Otherwise, your product is going to be fail. It's the competition is there. And if you are not having a robust grievance system or feedback system, no one is going to take your product or application. Right now, maybe, the demand is there. We all are flourishing. But after some time, who will rule? Who will survive when you give the good or best customer service? Because we have seen, even in the call center, when you call different type of call centers, when you visit 10 grocery stores, but you end up buying, generally 1 or 2 grocery stores. Why? The experience is better. So this is how you have to work. And everyone is aware about the data protection, Digital Personal Data Protection Act also. Now draft regulations are out, and the consultations are happening, and feedbacks have been submitted. So that also you have to look, because how to ensure the security of the data and the privacy of the data, because this is really, really a menace. Data is getting leaked everywhere, because we are giving the data everywhere. So that, it's our responsibility where to give, where not to give. Because people are asking, even a sabji wala is also asking also what is your mobile number and what is your address. So see, again, it's the convenience. So how to share the data, what type of mechanism. So that we have to think that, yes, my data is protected or secure with this entity. Maybe in future, just like when we say all CRISIL ratings or ratings, etc., AAA, AA, maybe for that also the rating must come, I say, that this is the organization, your data remains safe, you can have a trust 100%. That AAA, AA sort of thing. Maybe in future it may come. So we have to ensure that the data should be protected. Otherwise, it's creating issues in the ecosystem. You buy something on a site, 500 rupees, you will get some parcel, maybe evening or morning, 500 rupees, we paid, it's a garbage. Because the actual product will come after 2-3 hours or maybe a day after. Because my data is getting leased. So people are misusing that data and you don't know what is happening. I think that yes, I have purchased something, so I gave 500 rupees to my house help. Something is coming, please. It's not a big amount. So people, 200 rupees, 300 rupees, 500 rupees. But the other side is smart, but we have to be more smarter than. So I will end my talk here because there's a lot to say from consumer point of view. So we have to use the technology that we have created, and artificial intelligence or the IoT or the 5G or new algorithm, how to enhance the consumer experience so they should feel happy and make us happy also, and we should be very soon a $5 trillion economy, and by 2047, a $30 trillion economy. Thank you. Thank you very much.